Hello, Westlake. Thank you so much for joining us for What's Up at Westlake Live. Even though it's not live, it's virtual. But we're so glad that we can bring you this information without asking you to come out in the freezing cold weather. Hey, before we jump in, can we pray together? Thanks. God, we are so grateful for this school. We are so grateful for the people that you've brought to us. We are so grateful for the leadership that you've provided us through Dr. Heelan and our board and all of our faculty and staff. Lord, this school is yours. All of our students are yours, and we entrust it all to you. Lord, use us and use this school to further your kingdom. In your name, amen. Thank you, guys. So we're going to hear from Dr. Heelan and a few other people tonight. Thank you for joining us, and enjoy.
Oh, it's cold out there, and I hope you're keeping warm. I'm sure that you're going to appreciate that we decided to do this video instead of having you come in this cold weather. It's so cold out there. Now, listen, folks. This video replaces our on-site all-school meeting. It's so important, all of it is. So you please stay with us, and we'll try to make this as brief as possible. Well, listen, the first item is continuous enrollment. So why did we move to continuous enrollment 2 years ago? Well, we found out that in the past, our procedures, frankly, they forced our families to have to make a decision every single year whether they're going to come back to Westlake, and we didn't want that. So following the lead of colleges and universities, we decided to enroll all of our students just once. And once they're in until they graduate. See, we wanted to make staying at Westlake just as easy as possible. So here's the schedule that we follow here at Westlake. So Westlake has 3 payment plans. There is the 12-month plan, there is the 2-semester plan, and there is the single annual plan. So if you're like most of our families, though, you're on the 12-month plan. And we make that April payment a down payment for the next school year, next year's tuition. So unless you are graduating or unless you're opting out, that April payment becomes next year's payment. The semester and annual pay families will be invoiced for that April payment plan. So you'll be looking for that invoice to come to you and at the end of March or the beginning of April. And if you rely upon variable tuition rates, which many of you do, you can apply anytime up until April 30th. You can do that right now. So take care of that as soon as possible so we can determine your tuition for next year. Now, folks, that's it. Then it's pretty simple. There's not much more to continuous enrollment than that. Now, for those families who find that they need to opt out of continuous enrollment for some reason, you may do so by using an online form, which we're going to post on our website beginning this Friday. The opt-out period is February 1st, which is this Friday, through March 31st. However, there is a penalty for families who opt out but then decide later on to enroll. Those families will need to pay the new student registration fee, and you don't want to do that. Now, the exception to the non-refundable continuous enrollment fee, which is paid in April, is if your family after March 31st finds that they are moving or that the variable tuition rate you're receiving is just flat out unacceptable, we will refund your continuous enrollment down payment for the next year. That's all I have to say about continuous enrollment. But now, I'd like to introduce a new face to our school, Mrs. Erica Busey. Now, for the past 4 years, Mr. Kennedy Perry has filled the position of development director, but recently he asked to step into a part-time role here at Westlake. And so, Mrs. Busey has now assumed the responsibility for development. And oh my, she comes to us with excellent credentials. She has a bachelor's degree in public relations. She has several years of professional experience in public relations, event planning, and as a director of development. And over the last few years, she's actually served on the development committee at Westlake, giving us some very valuable insight and advice. So at this time, I've asked Mrs. Busey to share a new referral program, which I'm sure will interest each one of you. Erica?
Hi, I'm Erica Busey, and I'm Westlake's new Director of Development and Marketing. This is my family's 4th year at Westlake, and now I'm excited to use my previous development experience to help our school. Today, I'd like to talk to you about our new referral program. We believe that our best advertisers are our current families who can share their great experiences with their friends. Our referral program is our way to say thank you to our current families for sharing the great news about Westlake. If you refer a new family that completes 1 semester at Westlake, you will receive a $500 tuition rebate. And for each additional sibling that enrolls, you'll receive an additional $250. So let's say you refer a family with 3 siblings. That's $500 plus $250 plus $250 for a total of a rebate check of $1,000. We're also offering the family that you refer up to a $100 discount on their registration fee. If you invite a family to attend an open house, you will receive a $20 rebate if they bring a referral card to the open house. So check your child's backpack for the referral card, and if you need more, contact the office. There's no limit on the amount of rebate that you can receive up to your family's annual tuition amount. For more information, visit westlakechristian.org/referral. We hope you'll help us spread the great news about Westlake Christian Academy.
Well, thank you, Erica. Now I'd like to share with you the results of that quick survey that I took here from our constituency about 2-3 weeks ago. Remember, there was only three questions on it. That was the video I used the baked potato in, if you recall. The first question was this: what do you consider to be the best feature at Westlake? And almost all responded with one of these 3. 1, the influence and care of our godly faculty and staff. 2, our emphasis upon our biblical worldview and discipleship at Westlake. And 3, Westlake's close family community. Question 2, what improvements need to be made at Westlake? And I'm really glad for all the responses that came in from that, because they give me some really good insight as to the things that we need to be pursuing. But the top 5 were these: larger enrollment, including better marketing to that end. Amen. That's what this video is all about. Number 2, additional class sizes and extracurricular options for the entire school, such as languages, arts, and home ec, etc. Then improvements to our facilities, such as improving our parking lot, painting, the playground, or lower tuition. We'll wait in a few minutes, we'll have more about that. And number 5, increased special education services. The third question was, what would be a deal breaker? What would cause your family to opt out of Westlake? And the responses were primarily unknown, unexpected financial setbacks, or unacceptable tuition increase or loss of tuition assistance. There were many respondents who said, nothing would persuade us to leave, we're committed, or we'll stay until we have to move. So now, folks, many have expressed concern over financial issues. You saw that from the survey. And that brings me to the next point, and that's the tuition for next school year, a 2019-2020 school year. We're very much aware that income levels of the families in Lake County have just flat out not kept pace with the cost of living. As a result, we face steady increases in the need for tuition assistance in recent years. We're also aware that our enrollment has been negatively impacted by these factors. So, for the first time in recent memory, Westlake is rolling back tuition rates instead of increasing them. For grades 1 through 12, we are decreasing our tuition next year by 10%. And for kindergarten, we're decreasing it by 6%. Now, we're going to be posting the new rates on our website this week, but I'm sure this is going to be an encouragement to you. Not only should this encourage our current families, but we hope it will make Westlake even more attractive to new families. And this is where you come in. Please help us get the word out, because We're counting on a marked increase in enrollment for the next year, as well as a record-breaking retention of our current families. So please use those marketing tools that Erica talked about earlier, like our referral program, to help us to grow Westlake. I know some of our families want to hear about the work of our search committee, locating a new head of school for Westlake. So I've asked Jeff Nees from our search committee if he would give us an update on that progress. Jeff.
What's up, Westlake Christian Academy? Hi, my name is Jeff Nees. In addition to being a fellow parent here at Westlake, I've also had the fortunate pleasure of serving on your Board of Trustees. From time to time, in addition to our standing committees, the board will create ad hoc committees for certain tasks. One such task this year is seeking Dr. Heelan's replacement. I hope that's not news to any of you. We've been talking about this for quite a while, but I'm here to give you an update. The committee has been actively working in formulating our evaluation criteria, finalizing our job description, and placing an ad with our ACSI and our internal networks. And I'm happy to report we have 7 candidates who have expressed interest in this role. And I just ask for your prayers that the team will use just God's leading, and God will just place the right candidate on our heart to push forward, and that he will just remove any barriers from making that happen. If you have any questions, let us know. You can send an email to board@westlakechristianacademy.org. In the meantime, stay warm and take care.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, that's all I have to say in this presentation. But don't shut us down quite yet. I've asked our communication director, Erica Atkins, to wrap this up with some exciting events to come. So, Erica?
Thank you, Dr. Heelan. And to all of you who've stayed watching this entire thing, thank you so much for remaining plugged in, for listening, and hearing the amazing things that Dr. Heelan shared from Mrs. Busey and from Jeff Nees. We're so grateful that you chose to stay with us this whole time. First of all, I'd love to tell you, because I know, like I mentioned in the last video, there is the coveted Dress Down Day Pass. There is a link right here. Plug it into your computer and make sure you fill out all the information there, and we will make sure your student gets a pass for watching this whole thing. So thanks. All right, now, I'd really love to give you some next steps, because let's be honest, guys, when we get a whole bunch of information, we're wondering, all right, well, what do I do with that now? We believe that our parents are our best marketers. You know our school, you love our school, you want to see it succeed. And so we sent home today with you, or with your child, a blue folder. And inside that folder was a few different brochures, and I'd love to tell you a little bit about them so that you can take your next steps and share your story about Westlake. 3 big things that we have coming up are all of our open house events. The first one is actually specific to our preschool parents. So if you know someone who's a 2.5-year-old up to a 5-year-old, I guess maybe not if you know the 2.5 to 5-year-old, but you know the parent of them, invite them to come. Let them hear a little bit more about Westlake and what we're doing here in our Early Learning Center. It's going to be an incredible opportunity on, again, it's February 9th, and that's at 10 a.m. We would love for you even to come with them. That just makes people feel more at home. It, puts down their defenses, and you can answer questions maybe from a personal experience that our teachers couldn't. So bring your friends to that first Early Learning Center play date. Then secondly, we have something coming up called their Kindergarten Roundup. This is for our students entering kindergarten in the fall who just want a little bit more information about our program. It's also for our current families so that you know what next steps you need to do to make sure that your student is already good and ready for kindergarten next year. That event is on February 12th, and that will be at 6:30 here at school. At the same time, we will be having just a general open house, our Discover Westlake event. This is an incredible opportunity, whether your friend has a child going into preschool or all the way through 12th grade. We will tell a little bit about the school as a whole, and then we do a tour of the entire school, and we do kind of one-on-one question and answers. We pair off different staff people with those in attendance. So if you have a friend who might be interested, invite them to come, and hey, come along with them. It makes a really big difference. One of the things that Mrs. Busey spoke about is our referral card. Again, in that blue folder is a little card that has all of our open house dates on one side, and on the other it has information about our parent university, which I'll tell you about in just a second. But on that open house side, at the bottom it says, I was referred by, and then is a space for your name. Grab that card, hand it to your friend, make sure you've written your name at the bottom, and if they attend one of our open house events, both you and they receive a credit. So it's a win-win. Why would you not tell your friends about our school? Like I mentioned, on the other side of that open house event card is our parent university information. Guys, I don't know about you, but in this world of swirling technology and our kids watching TV and being on YouTube, and goodness, we even use our computers all throughout the day. There is just so much that is happening that I feel like as parents, we didn't know how. We've never had that kind of technology in our lives, so how do we deal with it now? The first event is on February 11th, and our own Mrs. Harris, our 5th grade teacher, Mrs. Harris, is talking about toxic technology. This is going to be an incredible opportunity, whether your child is in kindergarten or all the way through 12th grade, to hear about how technology affects our brains. Now, these events are not just for our current families. These are for anyone who'd love to attend, whether that's a friend, whether that's someone you meet at MOPS or at the library when you're taking your littles. Wherever you are, we believe these events are really going to help parents parent better. 2 more things. We have coming up on February 13th our Pastors' Chapel. We love to appreciate our pastors and to let them know that we want to partner with our churches. We're not just here for our own head knowledge, but we really want to serve our community. That's why one of the things we say here at Westlake is we want to have disciples prepared to serve God. So invite your pastors if you haven't already done so. There are more invitations here in the office if you want to grab a few, and make sure you pass those out. Make sure they come. We really want to honor them. Also, we've had a partnership with a company called Arlington Heights Merchant Bank. One of our families here, their father, or their grandfather, I guess, owns this company and would love to partner with Westlake and give Westlake a kickback from this partnership. So if you own your own business or you have some kind of sway in merchant processing, how you run credit cards, please go ahead and check out that little pamphlet about their company and what they would do for you and for Westlake. Finally, thank you for hanging in. We're almost there. Last year, Westlake began to partner with an organization called Fun and Sun Day Camp. Not just partnership, but we actually became one company. It's awesome. I've had the privilege of being part of Fun and Sun Day Camp for the last 3 years, and I love this ministry. It is not just for Christian kids, it's for kids in all walks of life, and I can tell you there is an incredible impact that we get to have on the students who attend our summer camp program. We would love more of our Westlake families to attend. There is flexible scheduling, there's incredible pricing on this, and let me tell you, the day is chock full of fun for your kids, and it's safe, and a lot of our counselors are, well, all of our counselors are Christian, but a lot of our counselors last year were Westlake students, so we'd love to continue to partner with our Westlake families and grow Fun and Sun Day Camp. All of the information's in your blue folder. That's it. I think that's all I needed to tell you. So again, thank you so much for staying connected, staying plugged in, staying attentive this whole time. I know it was a little bit longer, but we hope that you were more informed because of it. If you have any questions, feel free to email info@westlakechristian.org, and Mrs. Pickerel will get back to you, or maybe I will get back to you, but we want to make sure you are as informed as you can possibly be for this coming school year. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Bye.